Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to a brand new episode of Tape Study. Today is November 14th, 2025, and we are continuing to react to break down, to talk about JCW Lunacy. We did it for episode 56. Today is going to be episode 57, and this is last week on Lunacy.
Has to be the brand new investor who is going to be investing in JCW. We'll find out who it is tonight.
Tonight is an epic night for JCW. We have an investor coming in at some point tonight. Tonight is a night for you all to impress. Tonight is a night for you, for us, for JCW to make a major impression on this new investor.
Only one thing left to do. Get amped up for a Coke Slam. Come on.
Hey, what the fuck? Barnabas, get these guys the fuck out of here. Come on. You know who this is? Jesus Christ.
Get in, let's talk some business.
Whoa!
Tony Salt. No mushroom stop, nobody there. And Tony.
Meteorite!
Meteorite to the skull. Cross on fire, and Tony's still a champion.
Here's your winner, and still JCW World Champion.
This place is not like other wrestling companies.
No, this is a great place, very famous. Got a lot of potential
This-
here, you know? That's why we invested money in. You know, I like your stuff. You got big crowds, you have good merch, you got everything going for you. You just need a little push. All right?
I got you.
Sounds good. Oh man, what a great day it is here. What the fuck are you doing? Hey! We can't have this shit here. We can't have this, you dumb motherfucker. Listen here. I just arrived. We've invested money in this, and you're doing this stupid shit. I want you to pack your shit and get out of here. You're trying to get me pinched. You're trying to get me locked up on the first day, you dumb bastard.
Big Vito, wait a minute. You don't understand, brother.
No, you don't understand. I want him gone. I want him out of here. You can't have this garbage here. And guess what? You're fired! And you, get the fuck out of my way! Move that shit, God damn it. I gotta get out of here. Can't even piss in peace.
Big Vito's the guy? Cocaine's fired? What's the investor gonna do next? Fuck 'em up, fuck 'em up. Hit 'em with an uppercut. I'm from the Fight Club. You know we love the love. Bring it, don't see it.
Okay, so I skipped the head. Oh my god.
With wireless One Connect.
Okay, so I skipped ahead because the last stream got copyright, so because of the song. But I will say this though, that wait, what? Oh. My stream is slow. And it's so laggy, man. But yeah, I only skipped ahead because of it got copyrighted the last stream. So I was just like, oh, I'll just skip ahead. They do a really good job of, last week on JCW Lunacy kind of recap, which is a very good thing. And that's all we want from other professional wrestling promotions like AEW. Like, what happened last time? I mean, that's like, the most hypest thing that you could do. I mean, if you're fans of like Dragon Ball Z, they did that all the time. Like last time on Dragon Ball Z, like, why can't they do that for like AEW? But this isn't an AEW stream. But I will say that I figured out that the wrestler Cocaine is basically, remember on the indies, they had a string of canes that came out, and there were all different types of canes, and cocaine was one of them. And I was like, oh shit, I did not know that this is the same guy. Did not know that. Because I thought that, my last stream would have gotten like, really messed up and the band hammer on it and, not really being able to show 'em because of having to work cocaine in it. That's a drug. And we do not promote that at all. But it's just a wrestling persona and kayfabe. But, due to YouTube's terms of service and whatnot, you still have to be careful. And I was just like, oh my God, but I didn't realize it was Cocaine, the wrestler that was on the indies. I thought they like put a stop to all of the Canes that came out on the indies, and they all had different types of characters and stuff like that. But, I learned something new. So I remember reading that tweet, what feels like long ago, about how, they found someone doing cocaine in the bathroom and they fired them from the promotion. And I was like, I've always known ICP to be crazy ass people just because of everything that comes with their persona and like what they do and like all like the behind the scenes. And we've, people who listen to music back in the day and like rock and roll and hear all the stories and whatnot, you can't help but think like that shit also got to ICP as well. But like, I always knew that they were, somewhat crazy and all that shit attached to them. I just didn't think that they would put it out to the public that someone was doing cocaine in the bathroom and they got fired. And I thought that wasn't, an actual like worker or like just some shit. But then no, turns out to be the wrestler. And then Big Vito over here is all like, this is my first day on the job. This is not going to be happening right. You're not going to do this, blah, blah, blah. Taking matters into his own hands. But I will also say before we go any further to watch the rest of JCW Lunacy. If you are new to Tape Study, we are breaking down professional wrestling matches, talking about the promos, talking about the characters, talking about the matches, and nothing is personal, okay? Nothing is personal. Everything here is just an observation, and if something needs to be improved, I will give suggestions that it needs to be improved. For some reason, on the last Tape Study where I was breaking down the promo between Katrina Creed and Vince Russo, obviously I got one Vince Russo fanboy. And by the way, if you are a fanboy, welcome to the Square Circle Podcast. I am Marie Shadows, the host of the Square Circle Podcast and Tape Study series, and also Discord notes and Patreon and all that kind of stuff. And I talk about professional wrestling. I break down professional wrestling. I used to work for WWE in 2018 on the WWE Network, where basically I strengthened the SEO for you guys who had the WWE Network. And then I do vlogs on the indies, and I have that up in my back catalog. I also did commentary on the indies as well for Goddesses of War. I help out MLW as a freelance media press and sometimes talent relations. It just depends on where they need me. So I've been in the business for a good amount of time. And so basically, like, I do this because I love it and I break it down. So again, nothing is personal. So if you happen to be a Vince Russo fanboy, welcome to the Square Circle Podcast. Welcome to the family. Just know that I have nothing against Vince Russo at all. I have nothing against the wrestlers. It's just that sometimes things may need a little bit more direction and a little bit more structure. And it should not be into a contest of, let there be no structure, let there be no foundations. No one is saying for these people to be robots, but you can't just, do whatever and hope that it lands, because you have to realize that one person may have way more energy than the other. And if someone has way more energy than the other, then, it's the promo or any of the segments are just going to crash and burn. And you don't want that. You want people to be invested into what you're doing. You want people to be invested into the stories and whatnot. And if you just cut somebody off to, just because, it doesn't work in your favor. So here at the Square Circle Podcast and on Tape Study series, I basically break down all this stuff, the good, the bad, the ugly, and how we can improve it for next time. Do they have to implement everything that I say? No, they don't. But it's there to look back on, or even to have an open mind to be like, yeah, you know what? Maybe we should try it this way and get a different response. That's the thing about entertainment, and that's the thing about like creating art for wrestling, is that you have many different pathways to go, you know. And also slow down with throwing, the word mark around and throwing other buzzwords around if you're not going to use it correctly, just because like I have a background in WWE doesn't mean that like, I want everything to be like the WWE formula, because that shit is tiring. And just because like I would look to WWE for the blueprints doesn't mean that I want every single person that does a promo to talk like a WWE wrestler. There are certain cadences, yes, that can, we could do away with. So like the cadence of if someone in a promo says, "You don't know who I am," like that kind of cadence where it breaks up and whatnot, or like, "You're going to find out exactly who I am." Like those kind of pauses and whatnot. Like we don't really need those cadences. Even though like if you speak slower, people will understand what you're talking about. But like I said, I don't want everybody to sound like a WWE robot. I do want people to show their personalities, but if they haven't mastered how to be comfortable in front of the camera when you see them off camera, then don't try to force it and don't think that that comes natural to everybody, because there are things that it looks like it's cringe. There are things that just don't translate well to TV, and sometimes, or even YouTube. And sometimes you just don't want to be a stereotype. You don't want to be the angry, loud black person because that's a stereotype. You don't want to be the nerdy girl because that's a stereotype. You don't want to be, insert whatever here because that could be a stereotype. We could like make fun of it, poke some jokes at it, because sometimes that's funny, and then it's enlightening and it's entertainment. But sometimes you have to understand how people are and their personality and stuff. I only bring this up because during that promo, the comments left by the one Vince Russo fanboy did not understand where I was coming from, because I did not understand what they wanted to talk about or what points they were trying to make. And it's like, that promo didn't do Katrina Creed any good. It really didn't. I understood what the point of it was supposed to be, but it just did not go as how it should have been. It should have never been a comedy spot. I should have never been laughing. I'll tune in for the next one to see what she does, but no story got told because it got overshadowed by absolutely nothing. Also, the stereotype of Latinos and Italians, like Puerto Ricans, Dominicans, and Italians have this way of yelling that I no longer like, because I've been a part of that kind of like yelling and whatnot, and I just don't like it. It doesn't serve a purpose. It's people talking over each other, and I'm a little tired of people talking over each other. We have that way too many times whenever it's Democrats versus Republicans, whenever it pops up on a timeline or something like that, where people talk over each other and people want to be right, and you're yelling and you don't even know what the point is. So like, I just don't like that kind of yelling anymore. And there goes that stereotype that I was talking about before, that like we shouldn't be relying on the things that are comfortable. Because if we rely on the things that are comfortable, it's going to come out cringy, and it's going to come out as like, very stereotypical. Comfortability is good. Nostalgia is good. But always strive to be different. Always strive to be innovative in the world of professional wrestling. Don't fix what's not broken. But at the same time, go and try something new. But yeah, I might get into some of the comments that were left, because we got to break those down. So let's watch.
Cleveland, Ohio. He is the Misfit, Matt
supersized edition of JCW Lunacy. Joe Dabrowski, Vito Scott here with you, and already coming on the air, I'm glad to hear Cocaine still has a job. We thought he was fired a week ago, but Vito tonight he's got to fight his own best friend.
Yeah, it seems like a lot of jobs are at risk here. I'm a little confused by what's going on. We'll talk more about that, but Stephen Flo's essentially been forced into this match as well.
From Tokyo, Japan, wrestling out of Houston, Texas. He is
What?
a former Pro Wrestling Noah Junior Heavyweight Champion and Hardcore Champion, Ninja fucking Mac!
Oh. See, I can hear the ring announcer clearly now. I don't know. Last episode I really couldn't hear him. And then yeah, it's Ninja Mac. I was getting a little excited that it could have been somebody different. But like I said in the last live stream, I do not remember Ninja Mac being this chubby.
Well, Ninja Mac has taken the world by storm from the global honored crown in Pro Wrestling Noah from coast to coast. Here as part of JCW, Ninja Mac is an athletic marvel and can do things that I didn't think were possible being done with the gravitational pull of planet Earth.
Yeah, I mean, think about this. Violent J told us we all got to try to impress this investor. We got to try to impress Vito. And one thing I got to say is I'm not worried about Ninja Mac in that department. Same thing for Matt Storm. Although his attitude has changed over the years, he has consistently been one of the most amazing professional wrestlers on the planet.
Matt Cross calls himself the misfit because he feels like he doesn't have a place here. He feels like he's something other than family when his history.
So we got a big kick.
JCW goes back some 24 years, but Matt Cross, to me, he's gone off the deep end. He wants some favoritism. He wants some championship matches he may have not earned, and as a result, he's turned his heart to a much darker path.
Well, but like, think about Matt Cross. He just got tossed out of the ring by Ninja Mac. Ninja Mac is brand new to JCW. He's only been around with us for a few months. I think Matt Cross is kind of offended by that.
I think you can see a lot of comparisons.
Whoa!
Ninja Mac went to take a chance, and Matt Cross knows what it's like to be on offense and defense. And Matt Cross, through the people.
Granger knows that if you're a lineman in charge of keeping the lights on, you go to great lengths.
This is by some of the booths.
Ninja Mac blocking the railing and crashing down on Matt Cross.
I mean, he just flew into the crowd. Well, you can run, but you cannot hide from Ninja Mac.
What an incredible sense of just wait a minute. Oh, right bench chop. That sense of wherewithal, that sense of balance that Ninja Mac can take a part of this building and turn it into an offensive weapon. And now it's almost like a fight club because they're surrounded by these Lunacy fans doing battle nowhere near the ring.
Chop after chop.
Ninja Mac maybe a hair quicker out of the two. Reverses. Oh no!
Ninja Mac collided hard with that corner.
Yeah, that was at the corner of the bar. Maybe one of these support railings for.
I mean, they're using all parts of the venue here as weapons.
They are.
Like, Matt Cross is heading back towards the ring.
That's what JCW is all about. There's no creative limits to what you can do in the ring or in a matchup as now they get closer to the ring. Matt Cross, do you think Matt Cross is looking at Ninja Mac and maybe seeing a past version of himself in the mirror? Think about the gymnastics background. Think about the athleticism. The reason they're falling in love with Ninja Mac is the same reason they've loved Matt Cross for so many years.
Yeah, a lot of parallels there. Both internationally traveled. Both athletes who have really done things their own way. But right now it's Ninja Mac who's in control.
Matt's been to 30-plus countries in his career. I can't think of anybody that's equaled that number But Ninja Mac maybe hot on his trail.
Whoa! Got scooped up and dropped spine first. Ninja Mac bent in half.
That's the power of Matt Cross. He's got a size advantage, and he's always kept a very muscular frame and has been deceptively powerful into the cover. Count of one. Of course, if you missed our last broadcast of Lunacy, we saw the unveiling of our brand new investor in JCW, Big Vito, and made his presence known right off the bat.
Oh, yeah, you could say that, Joe Dombrowski. At first, it looked like he was going to fire Cocaine. Now it seems like he says he's a good guy. He's not going to fire Cocaine. Cocaine just has to fight his best friend, Stephen Flo. And Stephen Flo's been
Look at that.
with the beating on Cocaine, and there's going to be repercussions.
Okay, as they talk about, the match coming up later on, which takes away from, this scene right here, it really does. But that's just, me just speaking on this, that the fans right now are giving Matt Cross the middle finger because most of these fans are fans of Ninja Mac. And obviously, Matt Cross is playing the heel. Matt Cross has always been good at playing the heel. And I do miss the days that Matt Cross was in MLW as well. But they should be talking about how the fans are reacting to Matt Cross by giving him the finger and what this could probably do to him, maybe on a psychological level. And that, asking the questions of like, he might be enjoying the crowd giving him the middle finger while he chokes out, Ninja Mac on the ropes. I don't know why I want to say wire, but, while he chokes out Ninja Mac on the ropes, stuff like that. Create story, involve the fans. The fans are already involved. And this is why I said during the last live stream that if you happen to want to work for JCW, that this would be great crowd work, because I said that, like, up and coming wrestlers, or even after you graduate wrestling school, you never stop learning. You would never want to stop learning. Don't stop learning as a professional wrestler. And this is great crowd work that you can, do whatever you want with the fans and they'll react to it and you'll understand how to get the fans in the palm of your hands and stuff like that. And that is what's also missing from professional wrestling too, is that crowd work. That's why I say that, like, when wrestlers are getting in their reps and they're going from state to state to state to state, each state, even though like the crowd is probably going to be the same fans, right? And when I say same fans, I mean like the ones that always go every single month. However, in each of those states, they don't know you. So as you're traveling, you're able to do crowd work. You're able to see how they react when they do something, when you do something. And then, like, if you do something as a heel, how they're going to react. If you do something as a babyface, how they're going to react. So, if JCW is on your stop, basically, this is a good place to learn crowd work and learn, what the crowd is like and getting people to have the middle finger at you, because that's one way of gauging of like, all right, cool. If I do this to the hometown boy, to the hometown hero, I'm goated. I have the fans in the palm of my hand. And this translates over to like bigger crowds, like the bigger crowds for like WWE, and how like really, the top wrestlers have the crowds in their hand, even though I do think that singing the theme songs way after the song has finished is annoying, but I get it. But yeah, go over to JCW, go over to any of the other promotions across the states and like learn how to work the crowd. When you learn how to work the crowd, you become so much better as a professional wrestler.
Yeah, repercussions. Vito bullying around members of this roster. And what stuck with me is Stephen Flo looking at Violent J, who he looks up to as a mentor, as a hero, and as a boss, and saying, what have you done? And I think that struck a chord as well. That disappointment from somebody in a locker room that looks up to Violent J to do the right thing. Matt Cross into the cover, 2 count only. And Veda, I'm just having a hard time seeing why Cocaine versus Stephen Flo tonight is the right thing.
I don't know. I mean, I can see both sides of things here. I don't want to have to fight you, though, Joe Dombrowski. If they put us in a match together, I'm sorry, but the beating will follow.
Well,
I'm not going to lose my job over you.
trust me, I don't want to fight you either, okay? That's not something that I would wager my odds on a single bit, but Matt Cross has the odds in his favor.
Uh-oh.
We're in a gambling state.
Ninja Mac barely able to get back up to his feet.
Could you bet on black? The black shards of Matt Cross. He did not connect in the corner as he reverses on Ninja Mac. Ninja Mac comes up quick, it's the pace.
Now it's time to bet on Mac flying with that uppercut.
Yeah.
Man, how quickly Ninja Mac just...
Are we still good? Did my stream just cut off? Oh no. Okay, why did it do that? All right, we're going to keep going. I so need like a new laptop. I really do. I have a throne wish list, but I still need a new laptop right now in order to continue to do these tape studies.
reverses the tides, reverses the pressure, reverses that momentum. And
Whoa!
From
Right
a-
into the cover!
And a near fall from a standing position. Ninja Mac creates momentum, creates potential energy he can convert. He's a walking science experiment.
Closer.
You know what I'm gonna do? To make everything easier, because, you know, if you're not having trouble as a streamer, then I don't know, man. So we're gonna just have a little heart to heart. A little heart to heart, because I have no idea what else. I don't know if it's the OBS. It might be the OBS, but I can't change any settings right now because I'm live, and this is supposed to be a straight thing. For now, I should have waited. I should have waited. Oh, is that what it is? Let me see if it keeps going.
Then close on that 2.9 count.
And what a win it would be for Ninja Mac to be
Yeah.
a former JCW champion.
Absolutely. Some of the accolades of Matt Cross. I mean, huge things here for Ninja Mac. And it looks like
Your beloved pet is suddenly missing. Luckily,
Oh
you
my
have
God.
Google Fi Wireless, letting you.
And it looks like he has the target locked.
Matt Cross, I believe, the second longest tenured in-ring competitor currently in JCW. And Ninja Mac no doubt knows that. Matt Cross an influence to all.
Okay. I think to look up um some stuff. So this is what we're gonna do because again, if you're not, I don't know, I am going to stop the stream, gonna fix some stuff, and come back on, and we're gonna continue from where we left. Testing, testing. There's a 2-second delay. It is a 2-second delay. Okay, we are back. Um, what is that? I'm checking my Twitch to see if we are live on Twitch. Yeah, we are. We're live on Twitch as well. So Restream is saving the day. Restream is saving the day. Um Restream is saving the day. Okay, that's not what I wanted. Where do I go for chats? Okay, I don't like how this whole thing is like big and separated. Because I have no idea where it's what. We got chat settings. Oh. I would have to fix all of my stuff though. But it's totally fine. Uh, okay, so now that we're back, I am using Restream to be on both Twitch and also YouTube. So we're just gonna get right back into it. We are watching JCW Lunacy. This is part 2. So here we go.
High flyers that came after him. And check out at Matt Cross. Turn on that adrenaline.
So explosive.
Great combo and a near fall.
Near fall.
Cross can't believe it.
And that darkness that shrouds over Matt Cross, we alluded to, has not done anything to take away his athleticism or his awe-inspiring feats of agility.
Looks like Cross he's going to make the climb. I mean, he is very comfortable on the top rope. It's a dangerous position for anyone.
Yeah, Matt Cross lives here, thrives here, but could not score. And there's the martial
That
arts
super kick.
background of Ninja Mac.
Ninja Mac, he's making the climb.
From the second turnbuckle. Ninja Bomb did not score, but the cross cutter did. Centrifugal motion leads to a victory.
Your winner, the Misfit, Matt Cross.
Well, a great rebound for Matt Cross after challenging Too Tough Tony a week ago. Matt Cross is back.
Yep, that was interesting. But then again, I didn't really have like a picked winner. I wonder if I can fix the keyframe interval because it's delayed by 2 seconds. But let's keep going.
His winning ways, and you know, whether he's the opening match, the main event, or anywhere in between, Matt Cross is thinking about that JCW World title.
Absolutely. We talked about the parallels between Matt Cross and Ninja Mac as athletes, as world-traveled professional wrestlers, but Matt Cross, with that veteran experience, he was able to turn this match around and get the win.
What an athletic display, taking nothing away from Ninja Mac, who fought his ass off. Still an incredible future in JCW. But M-Dog Matt Cross, the innovator of Aerial Insanity, letting y'all know he is still very much the president of JCW. Welcome in, everybody. Joe Dombrowski and Vito Scott as we kicked off Lunacy from Reno, Nevada in a big way because Big Vito is throwing his weight around, fresh on the job as the new investor of JCW because, of course, normally we would see our world title on the line in the main event, but tonight, the matchup between best friends Cocaine and Stephen Flo takes precedence. And Vito has said if Stephen Flo does not kick Cocaine's ass tonight, there will be consequences. Tony is going to defend against a man who's been a champion almost everywhere he's been, a man shrouded in mystery in his own right. How about Suicide's odds tonight?
I mean, that is a huge, huge matchup, and that could really change the face of JCW as well. Can you imagine Suicide as our champion?
One thing we know, anything can happen the way the past few weeks have gone, and I have a feeling we ain't seen nothing yet. Buckle up. There's a lot more lunacy right after this. Chicago.
Boys, things are going to be very easy for us from here on out. Because let's just say we have friends, more than friends, in very high places. Tonight, Congo Kong, I want you to represent the St. Clair Monster Corporation. I want you to hurt Willie Mack, to cripple him. I want you to make Mama squeal with delight.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Introducing first.
Mr. Happy still that cheeseburger from.
From Cheeseburger.
Vegetarian. I don't need to know where
Oh my God.
has come from.
Mystery meat.
By
Mystery meat. But if you're a vegetarian, Veda, you eat fish. You just don't want to consume anything that's like from an animal, but but vegetarians eat fish. I swear, man. Society has like gotten into the minds of very impressionable people. And this is me just talking about it in general. Like just very impressionable people that's like, that's why I'm a vegetarian, because I don't know where mystery meat comes from. But yet then we have the Impossible Burger. And the Impossible Burger is made from soy and other things and mystery meat and Impossible Burger. But you'll be very, snobby with, your nose up to the air and be like, that's why I'm a vegetarian, because I don't have to worry about where mystery meat comes from or where that mystery meat came from. What? People, listen, the joke is that people put food in their pockets for later. Like we've seen that in entertainment, we've seen that on television and stuff like that. Like it's a comedy spot, it's a comedy bit. It doesn't need to be like, oh, ew, that's why I'm a vegetarian. Like, oh my God, didn't you know? Oh, that nasty mystery meat, thank God I don't eat that shit because I'm a vegetarian. Like, come on. That wasn't needed. I was wondering too where he got the cheeseburger. I was like, what the fuck? But then the cheeseburger looked kind of like fake anyway, like, a prop. But just to be like, oh, that's why I'm a vegetarian. Like, no one acts. Like, unless like you're going to go out and make a vlog about eating and you're like, hey, just so my audience knows that I am a vegetarian, I will not be getting the steak. But you'll eat fish. Just saying.
St. Clair and Mr. Happy. He's one half of the St. Clair Monster Corporation. The Monster. Congo.
Thank you for that. You helped. Mr. Happy done good. He stood my water bottles up. Yes.
Okay.
It's good that he did that. Yes, I'm not scared at all. Well, you talk about mysteries, Veda. I don't think it's much of a mystery who Jasmine was.
I would like to point out that Joe Dombrowski is the same person that gets to work with Mads Kruger. So, like, if you're ever scared because you don't know what Happy is gonna, like, do or whatever or anything like that, like, just remember that he works with Mads Kruger. So,
Talking about a minute ago when she said she had more than friends in high places after we saw her, take a business meeting in the back of Big Vito stretch limo last week.
Yeah, last week it really seemed clear that they have worked out some sort of an arrangement here, and it seems like it's going to be to the benefit of the entire St. Clair Monster Factory.
Arrangement, is that what they call it?
Yeah, I mean, the Monster Corporation, though, she said they're in good standing.
He is the chocolate juggalo, Willie Mack.
Well, I think it's interesting to compare, Veda, how Jasmine reacted to a new, powerful, rich man in town versus how Willie Mack reacted. Because Willie Mack and Too Tough Tony, we know for months they've always been the very first to join the front lines of any battle. But they went right to Violent J and said, what the hell are you doing? An investor? This feels like it could be a mistake. Violent J said he had it under control, but Willie Mack, I think, still has a side eye on the situation. I'm not sure he's totally convinced.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, last week, Violent J reassured Willie, reassured our champion, Too Tough Tony, reassured us that everything was going to be fine. And, well, things are fine for the St. Clair Monster Corporation.
Are they fine? Are they fine, Veda? Are they?
Yeah.
For Jasmine St. Clair, they're not fine for cocaine. They're not fine for Stephen Flo. And Willie Mack wants to make sure that it stays fine.
And by the way, in part 1, I did say that, like, I was thinking cocaine was the cocaine cane on the indies. It might be. They decided to change the spelling, but I have no idea. But I don't know. Anybody nice enough can tell me in the comments.
For all of the juggalos.
But Veda, is Willie Mack fine in a physical sense? Last broadcast, we saw Willie Mack one-on-one with Mr. Happy, and an incredible Samoan drop to the 600-pounder.
Yeah.
Insane strength, but Veda, it was very obvious to both of us and anyone watching, Willie Mack left that match less than 100% because of the damage done to the back.
Yeah, absolutely, and it's not like he has an easy draw here tonight for Lunacy.
I mean, this is one of the rare occasions that you can go from bad to worse after fighting Mr. Happy, because Congo Kong, 900-plus days as JCW champion, dominant for well over a decade. But it doesn't compare
Always listen to the crowd.
to the love that Willie Mack feels from his family here watching live in Reno.
Well, Willie Mack, also a former JCW champion. He has all these accolades of his own, but like you said, if he's coming into this match injured, we know that Congo Kong is going to target that, and if Congo Kong isn't able to, Jasmine St. Clair is going to make sure that he's locked in.
Jasmine always with that ominous kendo stick as well. She does a lot of damage physically, but make no mistake, she could do more damage mentally, psychologically, emotionally, just with her daunting presence.
Willie Mack's got that headlock cinched on, but Congo Kong already freed himself, and uh-oh. Congo didn't even shift there.
I saw the reaction on Willie Mack's face as if to say, oh shit, I forgot how big he is.
All right, here we go.
A second time. Willie Mack's probably about 280 plus, but he is significantly outsized by Congo, 10 or 7 feet tall.
He's got a full ring running start here, does Willie Mack. Whoa.
The clothesline. Willie Mack leaves his feet, and Congo does as well.
Damn.
Congo Kong topples to the ground. It was like a tree that he sawed through.
Yeah, timber. Congo Kong out on his feet as Willie Mack measures him. Important matchup when you think about the JCW Championship rankings. We talked about Too Tough Tony. A big wind-up. And a huge right.
Damn.
JCW. Someone like a Willie Mack, someone like a Congo Kong, I mean, they're just perennial contenders to our title. But at the same time, you don't want to be heading into anything with a loss, especially not now that,
Hey.
Mr. Happy.
It's not a cheeseburger.
And as much as I'd love to say he just saw the bright purple color and got attracted to it, there was more sinister intentions in mind, courtesy of Jasmine, and Congo Kong goes to work.
But yeah, as we were saying, competition is always high here in JCW. Everyone on Lunacy is looking to pick up wins, but right now, we're seeing it right in real time. We've got Big Vito, and he has his eyes on absolutely everyone here.
Oh, you gotta believe Big Vito would have a very influential vote on how those rankings are gonna look moving forward.
Working across teams is tough, but Asana helps you handle it. That's because Asana
I hate
is
this.
where humans and AI.
And with Jasmine, certainly
Those chops, man.
Glide in her stride after feeling like she's come to a understanding with Big Vito. Who knows what that could mean for any of us, especially anyone who has to oppose the Monster Corporation in the ring like Willie Mack has. And you can see the reverberation, the whiplash from that corner.
I think I saw the ring shift across the floor.
There's not a lot of breathing room here at ringside. They are packed in Reno. See why it's the biggest little city, that's what they call it, right?
Yep,
So, yeah.
I guess so.
Congo Kong, nothing little about him, though. He is stalking Willie Mack into the corner.
Yeah, maybe the only thing little about him is his temper.
Oh, massive combination of strikes.
Congo Kong unloading.
Whoa.
And Beals 280 plus.
And I get a little deja vu here because we were talking about it last week on Lunacy. How often do we see Willie Mack tossed around like that? Mr. Happy was able to do it. So is Congo Kong. These are truly unstoppable monsters.
I will say this though, that this match is better than Happy versus Willie Mack when we were watching episode 56.
Yeah, and Mack again lands on that back that was severely compromised last week, and because of that man, Mr. Happy.
Whoa.
There you see the fight in the Mac, the chocolate juggalo. Oh, it's ready to swing some hands.
Whoa, he's got Congo Kong staggered. Kong into the corner.
Those chops, man.
Oh,
Oh, that was a big boot.
And
look
Willie,
at Willie's face.
that head of steam didn't pay off. Congo saw it coming. And that seated splash could be the
Oh,
end.
that's it.
2
Oh, no.
Anyone else, that would have been it. 100% a 3 count. But Willie Mack somehow able to kick out.
Yeah, Mac able to survive.
Oh, wow. What?
Whoa.
A modified version of that cannonball. And ceremonially draping the symbol of Kong. But Willie Mack's demise has been...
Okay. You know, when commentators end up doing just the sound reaction of the, I don't want to make it sound kind of weird, but like, Vito got to stop doing that. Vito and Walker from New Japan Pro Wrestling, they do that a lot. The new up and coming commentators, even though Vito has been doing this for a while, ever since like COVID, so like 2020-ish, or 2019-ish into 2020, like, please stop doing the like those kind of sounds. Like, just stop. Not everything needs to be like a surprise. Like, oh my God, because not everything is a surprise. Not everything is a shocker. There are certain things within a match that can be a shocker. There are certain things in a match that isn't a shocker. I guess saying stuff like, oh man, I thought Congo had it because Congo has been, decimating Willie Mack for like half the match, and how much energy can Willie Mack still have, and then also talk about that, Willie Mack is having, to exert a lot more energy to stay in this wrestling match, and how much more energy does he have before, he may not be able to win this, because you can tell that Congo here is definitely, dominating, right? So I say this before in my tape study series and like in my other reviewing the wrestling shows and stuff like that, that the more that somebody ends up exerting a lot more energy, they're not going to have enough to win the match. The other person that is doing all the power moves and stuff may be able to win the match, but they are allowing the other wrestler to work a little bit harder, because the other wrestler has to try to find a way to stay in the match because, they want to win it, right? Because it's a competition. But as they are exerting a lot more energy, sooner or later, they're just going to call it and whatnot. But like, just to be like, the referee goes down 1-2, the guy kicks out. Oh, like, please, like, speak to us. Speak to us. It's commentating, it's talking. It's not just, oh, look at that. Oh, it's not just that. And that's what I was having, a problem with Walker Stewart when he's on comms for New Japan Pro Wrestling. It's the same fucking shit that, if he sees a move that he doesn't know what to call it, it's like, oh, look at that, Go the route of Jim Ross by saying that, tell the story that's in the ring, say what you see, because somebody that can be blind could be listening to the wrestling match. And if you're just saying that, oh, he did a clothesline, oh, he's throwing him into the corner, oh, look at that, how they're going to be able to look at their blind? You know, you have to pay attention to, you know, what you say, how you say it, and then also like what you're seeing and you relay it on comms. You know, Joe got this down packed. Joe says it a couple of times, you know, here and there, but they're just like throwaway. Like, it doesn't bother me because Joe gets on to do the storytelling and really, like, you know, does a great job. And I'm happy that I get to hear Joe on commentating. That's not MLW. You know, something a little bit different is kind of cool to hear. But man, Veda, like, I don't know if anyone ever tells her to be like, hey, you got to get a little bit better. Rather than going, oh, you know, same thing with Walker, but, you know, the new age don't tend to listen.
Greatly exaggerated.
Jasmine, she's directing traffic here.
Jasmine, it looks like she is ready.
She's telling Congo Kong to finish him right now.
Handful of beard. Congo may take a chunk out of it with him. Oh.
You see, she just did it again with the just because Willie Mack came in with a, you know, a slap or you know, just something to get him away, and one out with the the fuck. You know, you could turn that into a story by saying that, you know, Willie Mack created some distance with that slap, but you heard it, right? The
A second time. Kong swinging for the fences, but Willie Mack is meeting the moment.
Oh!
What impact!
But Kong didn't go down!
What a shot! And heel kick caught him high! After the
that was nice. And I just wish my ears did not like stay on the commentating for a second. But yeah, again, you know, but luckily she followed it up with, you know, Congo didn't go down with that shot. And luckily, Joe came in with, like, you know, giving the expression of like the shocked expression of Willie Mack over here doing the heel kick. And that took down, you know, Congo. So.
second time.
Finally able to topple Congo Kong, but now Willie Mack, look at, he's feeding off all the energy here in Reno, and he's going to capitalize.
Your chances of getting Congo off his feet are few and far between. But now Willie Mack has a chance. We saw this a week ago. Can his back hold Congo Kong? Whoa!
Oh.
Shoulders down.
Oh,
man.
That referee was the slowest count ever, because it was like the referee was just waiting for it, man. Waiting for the kick out. That's funny.
Never thought I'd say crucifix pin attempt by Congo Kong, but here we are. Everybody stepping it up for this new era.
Oh, shit.
wow.
Kong literally hit the ceiling. The bench.
Nice.
Not for the Samoan.
Again, she did the I don't want to focus on commentary. But it's right there. I don't want to focus on commentary. I really don't. But you guys heard it again with the My God. That moment deserved like an oh shit, because he caught him. I thought that it was going to be very nasty landing of Willie catching him, but also throwing him over the rope. I thought it was going to be that, but no, it really wasn't. But seriously, I don't want to focus on commentary. I really don't.
What balance, what power by Willie Mack to keep control.
The building just shook. First with the impact of Congo Kong colliding with the ceiling, then the ring. And Jasmine, She's apoplectic. She doesn't know what to do here.
Jasmine frantic, and what could happen next? Jasmine's Monster Corporation does not want to go down 0-2 against the Mac. And Willie trying to drag Kong within striking range. I'm not sure if he's going to move. Dead weight of that size.
Uh-oh.
Willie's still
Hey, Happy.
Got the official.
Mr. Happy.
Mr. Happy.
Oh.
Oh, right on the shoulder. Discus headbutt.
Willie's out. Willie's out.
Kong dropped Mac. And that's 3.
Yeah.
And that's something you don't see very often. Willie Mack has just been pinned. And look, oh, it's a happy dance.
It's a happy dance for everybody except for Willie Mack. And, Joe, it looks like Jasmine's got all her monsters back in line. And if she's also got the influence of Big Vito on her side, I mean, it truly is a happy time for the St. Clair Monster Corporation, not so much for, well, literally anyone else.
Yeah, it could be not just a happy dance, but dancing all over the fallen victims of the St. Clair Monster Corporation. Jasmine has positioned herself certainly in a position of power in the ring and behind the scenes. And with this kind of mass behind her, with Mr. Happy, with Congo Kong. Yeah, that's you on the screen, yeah.
Mr. Happy sees himself on the marquee.
With Jasmine having all of her ducks in a row.
Do the dance.
Will anybody stop the Monster Corporation? Plenty more lunacy to come stay with us. He was the 8th wonder of the world and the largest box office attraction of his day, literally and figuratively. From his legendary drinking stories to his marquee main event matches, Andre the Giant did everything big.
Oh my God.
Look, man.
Don't do drugs, kids.
Choice. So tonight, let's just go out there and do what we do. And that's blow the motherfucking roof off the place.
By the way, if you guys see Nightbot putting stuff in the chat, I no longer have Discord, so my 2 Discord servers are no longer available to join. If you want to join people to chat wrestling, to chat, I don't know, I guess societal stuff, and just to see what I'm working on, you got to head over to patreon.com/Marie Shadows. That is where we have a free group chat. Over there, I moved everybody from Discord to Patreon. The people that went over to my Patreon, thank you for going over. But yeah, let me just put that in chat. The group chat is called the Bodega. Part of me is still trying to find like an identity, but the Patreon is a little bit of everything. You get a little bit of me. Shadows Den, like I said, is no longer available. So like the 2 Discord links don't work. The Patreon works. So head over to patreon.com/Marie Shadows. Now, again, they just showed this scene, but do not, I don't do drugs. It's just a wrestler named Cocaine. It's kayfabe, don't do drugs.
The following is a tag team match scheduled for one fall. Introducing first.
Well, it seems Stephen Flo.
The team of the Sultan of Scum, Buster the Legend, and the suplexing Red Mexican, CJ Dirt.
What?
It seems Stephen Flo and Cocaine are still on the same page, showing solidarity. They know they have no choice but to fight. Sounds like they're going to leave it all in the ring, but will that be the mindset afterwards? With Big Vito's influence, I'm not sure if that's the goal.
Yeah, we know that they have a lot of respect, a lot of love for each other.
Oh.
Ladies and gentlemen, step right up and prepare to be shocked and amazed as Barnabas the Bizarre oh so proudly presents twin bodies, one conjoined brain, and insatiable hunger that must be seen to be believed, for they are the unstoppable, incurable infection. Jackson, Abel, the Outbreak!
They're ghastly, they're grimy, they're ghouly, but it feels like they get stronger. Every single week we see Jackson and Abel, the Outbreak.
I mean, even before we knew Big Vito identified as the investor, it seemed like Barnabas and the Outbreak were trying to get a meeting with him. They were crawling all over his limo last week, and Barnabas has made clear that he wants title shots. He wants gold for the Outbreak.
Hi, David. Welcome to the stream. Welcome to the chat. How you doing?
I think it's easier if you just call in advance rather than climb on the limo, but I don't know. Barnabas the Bizarre leading his monstrosities.
And look at CJ and Lester.
They want tables already. The show is good. I said it last time watching episode 56, and I'll say it for episode 57 that this is a good show, very entertaining. If you do not want to watch WWE or AEW for the time being, this could be the show that could be replacing it. It's really good. And I did say that the Outbreak are definitely the breakout group. The most creative group I've seen in a while, other than like, you know, the Y6 and stuff like that. But, you know, to have zombies wrestling in, you know, wrestling, I don't know why we didn't think about it before.
I mean, honestly, what is there to say? How else can you react to this scene before you?
I mean, Luster the Legend is a very accomplished tag team competitor, formerly part of Reno Scum. They showed up in TNA Impact, top organizations. CJ Dirt is current tag team partner, but facing the unstoppable, incurable infection. No.
Okay, I want to shout out Joe. Thank you for telling me all of that, because I was like, wait a minute. Reno Scum sounds familiar. Okay. Scum sounds familiar, and I was like, is it that? Okay, but props to Joe. Thank you, Joe.
Known as the Outbreak from the catacombs of the Necronomicon.
No matter where you have been and how many years of experience you have, I guarantee you've not been in the ring with anything like the Outbreak. And
I mean, we're not sure how much experience the Outbreak have of being this way.
Yeah, we're not really sure how long they were on which side of the mortal plane, let's say.
CJ Dirt.
And there.
And how do you respond to this? How do you fight this as Jackson just collapses?
All right, this is smart. We'll feel it out. He's down. Oh, no, he's not down. He's biting. Go for the biting.
Yeah, the only thing that might be more scary than one of the...
I just thought of this because that, in terms of wrestling and also acting and entertainment, the Outbreak needs to be at seminars. Okay? The Outbreak needs to be at seminars to teach wrestlers how to do this. You know, not everything is going to like be 100% and like stick to the wall and be amazing and stuff like that. Some stuff is going to be cringe and whatnot, but this gives you a good idea of how to react as a character, because obviously, the two tag team partners are human, obviously, and they're fighting a zombie. And look at how they're reacting. Look at the body language. Look at how, the crowd is reacting. Look at how the commentators are reacting. It comes together so well. And we saw this last week as well on episode 56 with, I guess, the American Juggalos. Of how like one guy was completely afraid of zombies, and then the other guy was like, you know what, I'll carry this match on my back, but that wasn't a very good idea. Reaction is very good because you need that reaction to go with the crowd, to go with the story in the ring and tell the story that you want to tell. Wrestling is missing that too. Sometimes you gotta slow it down. If you're constantly online in the bubbles of, the Twitter wrestling community and then also on Reddit, you will lose the sense of like what wrestling is supposed to mean. Wrestling is supposed to be a little bit silly, a little bit serious, a little bit comedic. You get everything from a man-made sport of wrestling. Professional wrestling as it is today, it is a spectacle. This right here of fighting zombies, if we're going to keep it in kayfabe, of fighting zombies is a spectacle, right? You do that in the ring, you tell the story in the ring. But I really do believe that the Outbreak should be in more seminars to have people understand the power of having a manager, because I miss having a manager. Yes, I am in the business. I used to work for WWE in 2018. I worked on the WWE Network. So I strengthened the SEO for you guys for the WWE Network. And then I am on the indies. I have vlogs in my back catalog of the Square Circle podcast. I basically taped matches for wrestlers. I did commentary for Goddesses of War. I work with MLW as a media press person and also talent relations. Sometimes I have interviews with wrestlers. Yeah, I'm basically into business. And I love doing this for tape study and breaking this down and helping wrestlers and helping fans just appreciate the business a little bit more. Cause I feel like, I should be making wrestling better than it was yesterday. But this is the perfect opportunity for the Outbreak to teach people a little bit of this, a little bit of that. I don't want to, again, bring in AEW, but when you have like so much baggage and you constantly attack fans and you constantly attack other wrestlers, and then you snarkily align with the snakes of the wrestling community, and meaning the dirt sheet people and stuff like that, but you want people to watch the stuff that you do, and you wonder why people say that the shit that AEW does is so cringe. But yet then I'm not having that same reaction to what we're seeing right now with Outbreak versus Reno Scum and CJ Derek or Dirt. It's because I understand the purpose of what's happening in the ring. What happens in AEW, there is no purpose for when they do cringy ass shit like throwing Darby off of the stage into two tables that have fire on it, or the blood and guts match where that has no purpose. That's why people react to AEW the way that they do, because it has no purpose. Versus like myself and probably other people who are watching me with the Outbreak versus these two guys. There's purpose. There's purpose to why what's happening in this ring with JCW Lunacy is a lot more enjoyable than whatever the fuck is happening over at AEW. That's just me. But again, the Outbreak is such a breakthrough team and an entity that I really do like, and I love seeing the interactions between the wrestlers and Outbreak. I really do. Okay, let's keep going.
The Outbreak coming after you is...
Yes, Russo is with the company. I'm still waiting for Vince Russo to pop up I don't know when the fuck he's gonna pop up, but I did go and review the promo that he did with Katrina Creed. That's in my back catalog on the Square Circle podcast. Only on YouTube at the moment, and also on patreon.com/Marie Shadows. But yeah, Russo's with the company. And I'm like, bro, where the fuck are you? Like, why have you not made an appearance ever since the promo that I reacted to? However, Big Vito is the investor to JCW. So, I don't know. I'm just watching. I'm having fun watching this. And I'm having fun reacting to it.
One of the Outbreak not moving, and you're scared to see what happens next. Luster, the legend, is in.
Also, I should have stopped Nightbot a long time ago, but I'm gonna do that later after the stream and stuff like that. Whatever links that pop up by Nightbot that's like, hey, join the discussion chat over here and whatnot. The only chat you can join is on patreon.com/Marie Shadows. That's the only one. Because that's where everything is now. I just want to put it out there again.
He calls his style power slap. He says it's not pretty, but it's effective and certainly very aggressive.
Oh, dropping headbutt after headbutt, and there's I think a gelatinous goo that the Outbreak just sort of emit as they
yes. Is that what that smell is?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Uh-oh.
And Jackson elevates himself. Oh, in a most disturbing way. It's like he doesn't have bones. It's like he doesn't feel pain. And one shot sends Dirt to the outside. A shot that may have come all the way from the depths of hell.
Here's a tag. We got Abel in the ring. Well, actually, right now we've got both Outbreak in the ring.
Oh, and they're feeling pretty hungry.
Oh!
And Luster had no choice but to
that was nice.
Team partner put himself in the line of fire.
And now Luster going corner to corner.
Yeah, and fighting his best. Tough both of them.
Good job, man.
Down that which death couldn't even do.
CJ Dirt getting back up to his feet here.
The man known for the Mississippi
Hey.
CJ Dirt. The Red Mexican.
And he just tagged back into the ring. Maybe he's feeling a little bit better about his chances now that they had the Outbreak down. Uh-oh.
Oh, they're on their feet.
All right, from behind.
It's like they don't feel pain. Double
nice.
bulldog.
Driving those rotting faces into the canvas.
And CJ Dirt's got an open. This could be an upset.
Oh, no.
Oh,
from
no.
behind.
Outbreak had been on an absolute terror lately in Lunacy. And Dirt could put his name on the map, but just gets wrangled to the canvas.
Oh, ripping at the hair, at the ears. And
this is a little bit different, though.
Able to connect with a shot, but and then they just swarm.
Yeah. Just swarming him with their teeth, with their nails. They're looking to take pieces of CJ Dirt back with them to wherever they came from. And then the double team. And you might as well send CJ Dirt 6 feet under with that.
No, not yet. Not yet.
Out of nowhere, Luster the Legend makes the save.
No doubt this match was over if not for Luster, who now once again finds himself just surrounded by the enemy. And even though there's two twins, it feels like there's 8 or 10 of them when they truly get in the zone. Double team coming. Looking heart attack.
Whoa.
The heart attack connects. I don't think that's something that in the literal sense would affect the Outbreak, but in the metaphorical sense, we nearly saw an upset.
I thought we saw this new team pull out a big-time victory. All right, and look at CJ Dirt. I think he's got an idea here.
Barnabas the Bizarre leading his auditorium on in these chants. Barnabas controls their one conjoined mind and strategizes their battles.
Well, they just took down the big man.
Yeah.
That's one down, and there's one more standing.
Uh-oh. Here we go.
Or just run. Take your pick now.
Oh!
And there's the double death missed. CJ's paralyzed in fear, and this match is over.
The Outbreak!
I mean, count to 100. CJ Dirt he's not just down, he's
motionless.
stunned.
He's unresponsive, and Vito, we know there's one cure for that, and that's that antidote that Barnabas went down to the darkest reaches of Uganda to retrieve. And without that potion, without that elixir, you're in that persistent vegetative state for the foreseeable future. And as soon as CJ regains his faculties, he's out of there, because I guarantee you nobody wants to spend a second.
So I would like to just say that I really do enjoy that wrestlers protect this awesome gimmick of the Outbreak. That, by spraying the mist and it petrifies you and stuff like that. Like, I really appreciate that the wrestlers understand that we got to protect this gimmick. And, this is how we're going to lose. This is how we're going to make it look. Like, I appreciate that.
Longer in front of these demons come to life, the Outbreak, then they have to.
The Outbreak continuing this dominant rise throughout Lunacy. Whoa.
And Lunacy continues right after this.
Detroit, are you ready for some absolute chaos? Are you ready for bodies being broken and busted open? And most of all, are you ready to feed your fat-ass family with an absolutely free Thanksgiving turkey? Saturday night, November 22nd at Herbo's
COR Partners.
814-5159-620.
So that'll be the locker room tonight.
It's really nice place. You got a great layout here.
It's a
really
good venue.
impressed.
And step into my office. I'd like to talk to you about we can keep morale up back here.
No, I get you, but where's my office?
I didn't think about that.
You didn't think about it? Wow, look at those desserts in there. Hey, listen, I'm gonna take this office, all right? I'll see you later.
That's fucked up.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Introducing first.
It's them. They're the man. Serving cheese.
Oh, man.
Who's riding in like a wind.
Well, accompanied to the ring by the
Oh.
Caleb Conley, weighing in at 1/2 a patriotic buck ton. He is the unofficial official American Territories champion, the American manservant, Cheese.
Well, as Violent J deals with the demands of Big Vito in the locker room area, apparently, Vito, you and I will have the pleasure of dealing with the reigning JCW American champion, Caleb Conley. Welcome to commentary. And
damn right, your pleasure.
And his opponent, from the neighborhood, from this neighborhood, weighing in at 143 pounds for over 30 years.
What?
He wants to be your neighbor, Mr. Mike Rogers.
hey, howdy, neighbor.
Guys. 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 First of all, that suit is way too oversized for you, buddy. And I don't know, man. That's just creepy vibes, even though I know it's supposed to be like a Mr. Rogers of like, your neighbor. Like, I get it, but
So we've got Mr. Mike Rogers head into the ring. Caleb Conley, you're a commentary with us, and Jeeves, he's out in the ring, but it seemed like he was there kind of reluctantly. What's up with that?
Yeah, I don't know if you saw last week, Vito, but this piece of crap let me down every step of the way. And this whole week we've been training, I've been telling him if he fucks up one more time, he's gonna be unemployed. That's what he's gonna be.
You're this flustered about this. I mean, you really feel like he let you down last week.
Listen, I don't care. All due respect, I don't think your tone really fits the Mr. Mike Rogers motif. He's got to change his shoes. He puts on his sweater. It's like a calming point. It's how he starts his day every day.
What is even going on here? Is this professional wrestling? Oh my God.
Yeah, that's an important thing.
Hopefully this is a calming environment for Jeeves, who I gotta say, last.
Can somebody in chat or leave it down in the comments on the VOD or something like that? Is this Mr. Michael Rogers, whatever his name is, that's supposed to be a spoof of Mr. Rogers? Is this his first time in JCW? Because man, the crowd is like, yay! Like he's over. Like I don't know what I'm watching. We went for, I don't know.
This week, I don't want to be on the same wavelength as Jeeves, but I gotta say, I kind of was understanding why he was a little fearful of the outbreak. You not afraid of him, Caleb?
Oh yeah, I'm not afraid of any man, dead or alive.
Well, I see, and they may be a little bit of both. But, I mean, Jeeves is such a loyal servant to you. He has done everything you've asked above and beyond. He massages your glutes and oils your back and all that type of thing. He's not allowed one pass?
No.
Okay.
No.
He's not allowed for one pass.
Nothing but perfection all the time. Fuck up one more time, you're gone, Jeeves.
Well, hold on. Mr. Mike Rogers is welcoming Jeeves to the neighborhood.
Yes. Mosh Pit Mike, the man of 1,000 gimmicks, of course. Every single week, a new identity here on JCW Lunacy. But even I never imagined.
Oh, okay. Thank you, Joe, again for explaining that. Thank you. Okay.
We'd see him singing about it being a beautiful day in the neighborhood. A violent day, sure, but it'd be hard-pressed to find a typical day here on JCW Lunacy that can ever be described as beautiful.
Do it, man! Get here!
He's got to tie the other shoe now around the rabbit
Oh,
ear.
no!
Oh, no!
Well,
what an idiot.
An attempt was made.
This is not going well for Jeeves. If Jeeves thinks he's going to win that way, I think he's visited the neighborhood of make-believe.
What the hell is going on? What is he doing?
He's got him by the ears and then a slap to the face of Mr. Mike Rogers.
Turn the other cheek. That's a good lesson for all the kids out there.
My God.
Oh, no.
Oh, my God.
That cheek was fully exposed.
And Jeeves has finally found somebody that he can lambaste for being delusional.
Whoa.
Oh, no. Oh, Jeeves gets flung.
I've been putting in hours all week with this guy.
Yeah.
He's blowing my mind how bad he's doing right now. Oh, my God.
No.
Shouldn't you be focused on your next American title defense?
This is a very aggressive hug by Mr. Mike Rogers.
Oh, man.
Oh, no.
Yeah, we're a little far past Mr.
That was a
McNeely
bridge.
on the Northern Light suplex as Jeeves is able to kick out.
Please, for the love of God, do something good, Jeeves. Oh, my God.
I mean, he could quit the company.
Again, he ran full force. That was some aggression. There we go again. See,
accidental back elbows by Mr. Mike Rogers. Jeeves
I understand it's supposed to be entertaining, but come on. I'm going to take a quick break so I could go get some water, and I'll be right back. All right.
He end up beating himself by the time this is all said and done.
Whoa! Scooped up and dropped down.
Will that be all?
Oh my God! If he doesn't beat himself, I'm gonna beat the shit out of him.
You're gonna beat the shit out of him. Probably won't be the first time.
Jeeves crawling into the corner.
Mr. Mike Rogers teaching the official how to count.
You do not do this.
Did he say count to 37?
Do not. There we go. There we go. It's about damn time he did something right. We worked on that. We worked on that. We worked on this.
Did you teach him the hip toss?
Of course. Okay. He's never going to be as good at me, but he learned how to do it a little bit.
Okay.
He didn't learn how to do an Irish whip, though.
I don't think anyone's ever done that at Mr. Rogers before, but there's a clothesline. Jeeves.
Oh!
Nice.
First. This could be Jeeves' first one-on-one win ever. Look at this. Look at the leg.
But,
he's going to do this.
But I'm not really impressed with the match.
That close.
If Jeeves is successful, is there like a bonus? Is he going to get a title shot?
Well,
like,
he's going to get to rub my glutes one more time, one more day, one more week for him.
It's really about loving what you do. That's what it comes down to.
He better love what he does.
Someone has to. And Jeeves now has Mike Rogers in a side headlock, and that's not going to go very well. Too much size from Rogers.
Oh, no, with the tie.
Yes.
When in doubt, grab the tie.
Taking that off. Should have got more, made yourself more at home.
Yeah,
Mike.
Caleb Conley's on his feet. Applause for Jeeves, who now has handfuls of hair.
See, this is what I'm talking about. This is what he should have been doing the whole damn time.
And hair and tie choking Mr. Mike Rogers.
He deserves it. He deserves it.
Jeeves hooks the leg. He's got two and a kick out. Caleb, has Jeeves done one wrestling move this whole match?
He did that clothesline in the corner.
Okay.
He did the clothesline in the corner.
So we got one.
And obviously this referee has lost his damn mind. That was the slowest 3 count in the history of Lunacy.
Well, he's still learning. Mike tried to teach him the 37, but he didn't get there yet. He's got him by the tongue. Oh, it's his tie.
Oh, no.
Oh, my
Boot
God.
through the face.
Boot to the face. Oh, no. And Mr. Mike Rogers' era as a pacifist may have come to an end.
Please, oh, my God.
All right, he's fixed his
stand
tie.
up.
He's got to channel the strength of Daniel Striped Tiger or something.
No, this isn't good.
Oh, no. Ah. Oh, Jeeves.
A power slam.
For 2.
Oh, my God. You know what? I think I've seen enough here. I've seen enough.
And then Caleb's left.
And look at Caleb.
Oh, no.
Back to the ring.
And that's the America title. And that's the real one. And Mike just got blasted, and all the fun and games are over.
Oh,
Caleb's
no.
so insecure about looking bad, he's not even in the damn match.
Oh, no.
And Caleb's so insecure.
Is it gonna?
he had
What is it
help
gonna
his-
be?
his man-
Mr. Mike Rogers is
So-
down. Wait a second. Look.
Oh.
Look.
Oh, Jeeves was too slow to the draw, and he got pinned.
Mr. Mike Rogers!
It's morning again in the neighborhood. Mike Rogers
Oh,
won
God.
it.
Well, that is an unfortunate development for our
I guess.
champion, Caleb Conley, who just stormed out of the arena.
Oh,
Perhaps he's headed to the land of make-believe. I didn't see the trolley, but
he can go talk to King Friday the 13th because he's had some bad luck. Has Caleb Conley, and Jeeves has completely suffered.
I guess.
This guy's in a bad way, and it's going to get worse when Caleb gets him in the locker room. We'll be right back with more Lunacy.
Hold on.
Juggalos and juggalettes, JCW's own Zach Amico has not just one, but 2 podcasts for you to check out. Every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, it's Zach Amico's Morning Zoo. Zach and his friends sit down and go over the weirdest and wildest stories of the week, react to the web's wackiest viral videos, and talk a ton of shit about celebs. And every Friday night, it's Zach Amico's Midnight Spook Show, where he's joined by all of your favorite comedians to watch the best and worst movies in the world of horror. It's a filthy mystery science theater with some of the funniest shit alive.
Have you guys ever been so high that you're with someone and their face kind of looks like one of these?
Not freaks. They identify as zombie. Whoa.
See, even I knew that. I knew they identify as zombies.
Do they eat people? Well, I won't say if they do or if they don't. Unlike any other competitors in JCW, the Outbreak and yours truly just want to see advancement from the new bigwig of company politics.
Well, you know what? How about getting out of my face, huh? This place is getting weirder by the moment. I can't even go to the bathroom alone.
There you see the challenger. Suicide
It's
has held
Suicide.
titles all over the world. But will he be the next JCW World Champion?
And here is the
Does anybody know who plays Suicide now? If you do, let me know.
current JCW World Champion, Too Tough Tony, repping worldwide, and he looks focused and ready to go.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall, and it is for the JCW World Championship. Introducing first, from parts unknown, he is the Dark Savior, Suicide!
Suicide lives a life of mystery and intrigue. And the Dark Savior has been a fixture of Juggalo Championship Wrestling for many, many months now, but has yet to find his permanent footing on top of the card. That issue will be solved with one victory here tonight.
And his opponent, at 240 liters of rot gut, he is the Louisville Town Drunk and JCW Triple Crown Champion, and your reigning and defending JCW World Champion, your homie, my homie, Too Tough Tony!
Well, amidst all the uncertainty going on in JCW, there's a few things you can count on. And from the serenity of Too Tough Tony's pre-match smoke to warm up in his own way, to the way Too Tough Tony embraces and bonds with all of his family ringside with a mouthful of
He
Bacardi.
does.
Too Tough Tony is the constant that has kept JCW on the tracks for many years.
1000% Joe Dombrowski. There's a reason why it was Willie Mack and Too Tough Tony who went right to the commissioner, who went right to Violent J to find out what the heck is going on here in JCW, because Too Tough Tony, he doesn't see this just as, a title that he holds. He sees it as a responsibility to juggalos all over the world to spread the word and keep it coming. And Suicide, look at Suicide. He's got his sights locked on Tony.
Suicide has everything to gain from this match. Laser focus on Too Tough Tony. And Tony, maybe his preparation wouldn't work for anybody else, but with Tony, we wouldn't have it any other way.
Out there amongst the people before he gets in the ring for a fight.
You can see the bones are out. People looking on with love, with support. Many of these juggalos have watched Too Tough Tony for years, if not decades.
Well, it was in his introduction. Triple Crown champion has collected title after title here in JCW.
6 times he's been on top of the JCW world. And shows no signs of slowing down anytime soon.
Oh, but Suicide looks ready.
Gotta respect that open door, open contract way of looking at things from Too Tough Tony, because he has not turned down a challenge. He's not objected to a challenger. He's had no issues defending week in and week out whomever Violent J puts him up against. And I guess now, potentially Big Vito as well. But Vito, as we get ready for this JCW title match, obviously Violent J's had his hands full. Not even just with our talent roster, but just with showing Big Vito around and giving him the lay of the land for how Lunacy operates.
Yeah, and giving up his office, apparently.
Do you think Violent J is realizing that he's got himself maybe a little bit deeper into this than he counted on?
Yeah, I mean, it truly seems like Big Vito has become extremely influential, extremely quickly here in JCW. But as long as someone like Too
Okay,
Tough
good.
Tony
Now we
is
get into
holding
the
on
match,
to
man.
Our top championship, our top
'Cause-
prize, you have to imagine that things are in good hands.
It was Too Tough Tony winning that title that caused the defeat of our Infiltrators Game Changer Wrestling a few months ago. Tony always raises the Lunacy banner high.
Suicide forcing Tony back into the corner.
And between what's gone on with Violent J having to deal with Big Vito, we heard Stephen Flo say, "What have you done?" We heard the words of Shaggy Tudo a couple of weeks ago saying, "I don't think this is a good idea. I think this could be a mistake. This could jeopardize what we stand for." I have to wonder, I wish I could be a fly on the wall inside the mind of Violent J as he processes how this first full week has gone with the investor Big Vito on hand. But right now, it is
We actually have wrestling going on.
Suicide on hand, looking to get the upset and become the leader of this new era of JCW Lunacy.
Big time main event as Tony's struggling to free himself, but I think he's done it here. Got a headlock of his own. Whoa, Suicide goes down hard.
Tony's deceptively mobile.
That shoulder tackle.
Can never take that away from him. And 2 scoops of whoop to rally this crowd, and Suicide could sense the tides turning away from him.
Yeah, that's a smart strategy by Suicide. Heading to the outside. But the champ's right behind him.
Yeah, Suicide's not going to find any friends on the outside.
Some of the youngest juggalos are getting in on things here.
And he'll never forget these moments deep in the pit of Lunacy.
Yeah, unfortunately for Suicide, we are packed in here in Reno. Not a lot of room to move, and he is trapped.
Definitely not a lot of room.
Amongst the masses.
Not just by the masses, he's surrounded by steel as well. Anywhere Tony throws him, it's not going to end well for Suicide.
Well, now Tony threw him back inside the ring. Suicide's trying to get a little distance here.
Bringing the fight. There's another Tony staple. Now, this will go better than Mike Rogers, I think, as far as counting along.
We got some shots to the head.
10 shots to the head. Suicide staggers onto the shoulders and dropped hard.
Tony gonna pick up the win. 2.
Whoa.
And a kick out. You think about Suicide's past through the years. You think about the high-flying scramble matches. You think about the high-wire matches. You think about the risks that Suicide's willing to take when he leaves his feet. But Too Tough Tony has kept this a man-on-man brawl. And there are not many who can have the advantage over Tony in that environment.
Well, but Suicide, he's changing the environment right now, forcing Tony to the outside.
Yeah, great sense of balance. Suicide caught himself on those ropes and down with a pescado. Too Tough Tony absorbed the brunt of.
No. We're not going to do this. We're not going to call it a pescado. Pescado means fish. He did not fillet, like flail around like a fish. We're not doing this. No. Just call it a plancha. Just call it a plancha. Do not call it a pescado. Oh my God. Do not call it a pescado. Joe should know this. Every time that MOW has all of the luchadors in there, he says it right. He says that they have a plancha. You know, when they go up the top rope to do a crossbody, because essentially a plancha is a crossbody, but technically it doesn't look like a crossbody. Just call it a crossbody. Suicide is not a Hispanic type of character. Suicide is not a Mexican character, a Puerto Rican character, a Dominican character. You know, if you want to throw in Cuban in there, like, Suicide is just a Suicide character. It's just kayfabe. It's just, you know, it could be anything, but like definitely not. But do not call it a pescado. A pescado means fish. You cannot use it for somebody that's doing a crossbody, aka a plancha. Please do not do this. Don't do this, because I'm going to be ranting about it every single time I hear it, because for some reason, you know, Americans want to use Spanish terms all the time, but you need to understand what the Spanish terms are. So talk to your Spanish friends. I'm one of them. Pescado is not a replacement for plancha. Pescado is not a replacement for crossbody. Excalibur was doing the same shit, and I was getting on him when I used to, review AEW. Do not say pescado, commentators. Thank you.
A bit, and Suicide comes alive.
And now Tony tossed back inside the ring. The champ is in trouble.
Suicide can feel that pendulum swing as he springs in with that flipping senton, hooks the leg, and Tony kicks out.
Suicide. Yeah, he seems more determined than ever here. Got Tony shut down.
Imagine being in a match like this, realizing your career, your life changes if you win this title, and to be a half a second away from that being a reality. That's where Suicide is right now. His next move will be vital.
Whoa, sliding kick through the chest.
And there's a cover.
Oh. I mean, Joe, we keep on saying it is clear that we are in a new era.
Again,
Era here in Lunacy, and we might be about to have a new champ on the top of the mountain. Suicide.
I mean, the questions are just running through my mind. How does Big Vito feel about Suicide, feel about Tony, feel about every name up and down this roster, and how will his money influence what happens to them next, what happens to Lunacy next? We've already seen big moves so far. Have they been for the better or the worse?
That's not really doing anything.
But Vito, I know you and I have our own opinions.
And now Tony, he's feeding off all the energy here in Reno. He's mounting a big comeback, and Suicide shuts it down.
A reverse head scissors. You can see Suicide just
he got into a 5.
down. But what he's doing is using the strength of his legs to wrench back on the neck of Tony and put him in a very uncomfortable position. It would be a submission move if it wasn't in the ropes.
And right now, Tony somehow is still fighting, and now he's making the climb. Well, this is
Oh my God.
dangerous territory here.
Those kids, man, they sound like kids.
Crowd is chanting for Tony. They can sense
Oh.
the intelligence of the superplex. And when Tony has his back against the wall, that's when he more often than not pulls out the biggest Hail Marys.
Suicide's down. Too Tough Tony is down. The count is on here in our main event.
Turning point of this matchup, whoever gets to their feet first will have a decisive advantage, no question.
Well, they're both back up.
Hard series of rights. Suicide between the eyes, and the elbow connects. Tony is so great under pressure, so great battling adversity. That's when he is truly at his best.
Suicide's down.
Tony Salt! This could be all. Still the champion.
Oh.
So close.
And Tony could feel it was 3, but it just wasn't to be.
You know, here's another critique that I want to give. You're on commentary. You see a big guy like Too Tough Tony that you're like, oh, this guy shouldn't be able to move the way that he does. And he ends up doing a second rope moonsault, which definitely could probably make you shit your pants, right? So if you know that this big guy is doing that, and then you have Suicide taking all of that, right? That moonsault, instead of saying, oh, when Suicide kicks out, right? A better way to get that excitement and that shock across is to also try to say like, oh my God, I thought Suicide was done for. He has energy. He kicked out. Joe, did you see that? Joe, he kicked out. How much energy does Suicide have? That's way better than just doing, oh, like this whole entire time, Vito has done that. Again, that's one of my pet peeves when people are on commentary is that give me your true emotion as you are watching what is happening, because you are supposed to be reacting to what is happening. The more that I hear the O's and the ahs and the E's and the oohs, like that doesn't do shit for me as a fan to get behind this. While yes, you know, your mind is going 100 miles a second. I know. I used to be on commentary. I just haven't got booked in a while. But regardless of that, it's sort of like, you know, you should be shocked because Too Tough Tony is a big ass guy. Like I said, that could probably make you shit your pants by doing that moonsault. And the best you could come up with is, oh, even though Joe would take, you know, the slack there and talk about how, you know, Suicide kicked out and all that kind of stuff. But, you know, since you were the first one to say something, you know, it could have been like, oh my God, Joe, I thought that was it. But you saw him kick out. Joe, did you see that? Blah, blah, blah. Like, that's more excitement because you're building Too Tough Tony around his persona. You're also giving flowers indirectly to Suicide for kicking out. And you could also say something to bring the story home of like, you know, maybe Suicide has enough energy left. Maybe he could win this, maybe that. Like you throw out stuff there. You don't just do the, oh, you know, like, come on. I just think that relying on the O's and the oohs and the ahs whenever you're on commentating is a really bad crutch. I understand that you may not know what to fill in like the blanks, because it's the same thing with podcasters and people who are like in interviews and they say ums and ands and they tell you not to do that. They tell you, don't fill the space with unnecessary words. Well, on commentary, don't fill the space with unnecessary words, unnecessary sounds. That is like a constant. Like Suicide here just kicked out of that big ass moonsault from Too Tough Tony, and your first reaction is gonna be, ah, oh, like, is that really gonna be your first reaction? Your first reaction should be like, Joe, did you see that? I thought Suicide was done for, but I guess he has enough energy. Could Suicide dethrone Too Tough Tony tonight? That is a better way of doing commentating. Better way of doing it.
What's it gonna take to keep Suicide down? Tony's got an idea here.
Rights for the ride.
Come on. That didn't look too smooth.
And now it's Suicide up top.
Double stomp.
Double stomp.
Oh, right to the spine. Suicide could do this.
No!
How will Jason say no?
Oh, we were
Again, Again, I didn't want to jump on commentary. I did not want to like do a critique on commentary. I really didn't. But it's so, like, I get it if people get tired and whatnot. I totally get it. But you still got to tell a story of like, here comes Suicide with his quickness. He trips up Too Tough Tony. What do you think he's going to be doing? Oh, he's climbing up to the rope. Hopefully he could be careful and maybe end this match. Oh, I said in that, I'm going like 100 miles a second in my brain. But like, Suicide's climbing up to the top. What could he have planned? Oh, here comes the double stomp. That looked devastating. He goes for the cover. 1, 2. Too Tough Tony ain't gonna stay down because he's too tough. Like, you should already know these characters. You should play up the characters while you're on commentary. Rather than being like, oh, we thought that it was going to be over. He was a millisecond away. Or like it just doesn't add up. It really doesn't, after Too Tough Tony kicks out, another line could be like, Too Tough Tony's spine is probably hurting him. He might give in soon. Who knows? But he's a champion of JCW and champions don't stay down, but we'll see what happens. Like, you want fans to get into it, the ones that are watching at home, even though I don't know how many people appreciate my huge ass breakdown right now. Like, I don't know how many people appreciate it, but like, this is what commentary can do. This is what they can do. But it just seems like it gets lazy, and it's not lazy on Joe's part, because Joe's amazing at it. It's more lazy on Vito's part. And if people get upset at me for that, so be it. But again, if you're here to watch Tape Study Series, I break down everything. I give suggestions on improving, and nothing is personal because I don't know anyone I don't know anybody like on a personal level. This is just me trying to help the business, improve the products that we see, because, it's supposed to be professional. It's not supposed to be like, oh, I got the gig. Let me do what I normally do without trying to improve one step at a time, especially if you've been doing this since pandemic days in the 2020s. Like, you should already understand how story goes. Too Tough Tony has a really like long history in JCW. But even with just that name alone, to have Too Tough Tony, you can definitely create some story out of it and explain to the people at home, like, why he's tough. He just kicked out of Suicide's, double stomp to the back to his spine. any ordinary person would have been like, nah, I'm done. 1, 2, 3, Suicide wins. But no, not Too Tough Tony, because Too Tough Tony is Too Tough Tony. Like, you basically build up that brand for him, so that way on comms, people could be like, oh my God, I like this guy. I could get behind him. I don't want to put it out there because someone's going to come after me if I'm like, hey, he could be the modern day Stone Cold Steve Austin. The same way that people, became fans of Stone Cold Steve Austin. There was a reason why, because he connected with every ordinary day people that like wanted to beat the shit out of their boss at one point. Too Tough Tony, on the other hand, is like, you see him as someone who works hard, who also can play tough, and understand people, have some empathy, but want to have a party. Some people end up attaching themselves to that because sometimes they might need that. But Too Tough Tony in itself is a brand, so you build that up the same way you build up Suicide. But I just think that commentating and commentators need to progress and not rely on the oohs, the ahs, the e's, like I keep saying. But yeah, I do hope that if people watch this on the VOD, that you appreciate the breakdowns of what you get here on the Square Circle podcast with Tape Study Series. We break down everything. It's just really annoying.
Seconds away, Joe, from a new champion here. And now Suicide, more determined than ever. Oh, is he going back up top?
Suicide realizes the stakes at hand. It's going to take something big.
Oh, no, he got caught.
Looking for a hurricane.
Oh, man.
The buckle bomb.
That looked...
And Tony!
Ow!
Flip pile driver!
That's it. First of all, I was not expecting that, okay? Because Too Tough Tony is a round dude. But then again, wrestlers defy fucking physics every single fucking time, right? So, shout out to Too Tough Tony, and shout out to whoever's playing Suicide here. But again, Veda, dude, do you need to scream? That doesn't like excite people or be like, oh my God, woohoo. I've already said it.
Too Tough Destroyer. Suicide's neck just bounced like a pogo stick, and Tony's headed back over to that bottle.
I don't know if Tony could do that sober or not, but be that as it may, Tony's got the hand doused, and that big ham hock is what leads to the meteorite, to the mask, to the head, penetrated through. This match is over.
Here is your winner.
I honestly need to know the story behind him wanting to do that every single time where he puts his hand on fire. Not even getting a protective glove, because we could do that too. That would be way more better. But just to put his hand on fire and call it the meteorite, even though it was like a fire punch, and punch out, Suicide. Which, by the way, the thing that I love right now that I'm like just obviously 2 episodes in of JCW is that people protect the I was gonna say people protect the business, but people protect the gimmicks. People protect the finishers, and we need that. Like, you can have a great ass gymnastic match with so many false finishes, and then finally, after the 50-minute mark, that's when like you're gonna decide the winner. I've seen so many of that in New Japan Pro Wrestling. I've commented on so many of that in New Japan Pro Wrestling. AEW does that all the time. WWE is doing that all the time. But I do like the fact that JCW, that finishers and gimmicks are protected. You will have to really, really, what do you call it? Upset is not the word I'm looking for, but you would really have to like trip up Too Tough Tony in order to win and avoid getting hit with the meteorite strike, which is a fire punch. Like you would really have to trip him up to be like, hey, I want to win this match. But I will say that last episode's setup for the meteorite punch against Matt Cross was a little bit better setup than this one. You know, just out of observation, but yeah, Too Tough Tony retains. Damn, you know, it picked up. I feel like because these shows are like an hour and maybe 30 minutes ish, that the pacing is fine. The matches, sometimes it feels rushed, depending, especially when we get to like the semi-main event and the main event. Those are rushed. That's how I feel that they are. But yeah, sometimes I just feel like the pacing is good, but sometimes the match and the match contents, depending on how much time they tell them, it doesn't feel right sometimes.
And still, JCW World Champion, Too Tough Tony!
Now, Vito, in many ways, he's the embodiment, he's the heart and soul of JCW, and that's no disrespect to Willie Mack and a number of others you could say that about. But Too Tough Tony, even when things are in doubt, you can always count on Tony pulling through.
Too Tough Tony, still JCW World Champion, and Joe Dombrowski. I know we all have a lot of questions about what's going down here in JCW with these new investors. A lot of changes are on the horizon, but you said it yourself. The one constant we have is Too Tough Tony represent.
He is one of the most unique stars in wrestling, a gymnastics and parkour master.
Cartwheel, handspring, reverse.
Who can perform feats of athleticism
Oh, damn.
not possible
What the
by
fuck?
any other man in the industry.
Full press. Oh, beautiful. No other man in this industry can do a maneuver like that.
His talents have taken him to 20 different countries, but some of M-Dog Matt Cross's most breathtaking moments have taken place right here at home.
Spear!
Now available on DVD and digital download. 4 hours of Matt's best matches and moments, from his first major championship in his hometown to proving the critics who said he wasn't tough enough wrong. You'll see every important step to how Matt Cross became king of the Cleveland streets.
You can do nothing but watch the incoming. Oh my God! And check out Cross. Cross putting it on the line. Look up there. Look out! Shooting star!
Okay, we're about to.
Dear Lord!
M-Dog Matt Cross, Aerial Insanity, available now on DVD and digital download.
I want you to get it done. Do you understand? No excuses. Just get it done. Come in.
I'd like to know if I could talk to you about a couple
It's not really a good time. What is it? What do you need?
Well, you know, I thought we could smooth things over, you know, handle a couple of these situations a little bit better.
Listen, I got everything under control, all right? Everything is good. You're doing a great job.
The show is interesting.
Why don't you go home, have a Faygo, and call it a day? And by the way, use my credit card. Go buy yourself some dinner. How about that? Good night.
What?
Blast from the past. JCW. Blast from the past.
This is the Head Banger. And their opponents.
Yeah, Big Vito is funny, man.
Beneath to the ring
Wow.
I got 2 words for you. Woo woo.
Hey, yo.
Wow, man.
On behalf of the Wolfpack, we want to thank everybody for coming out and supporting Psychopathic.
Blast from the past. Blast from the past.
Well, Joe Dabrowski, Vito Scott here. We are preparing for our main event. It's just minutes away. We want to invite you to follow JCW Lunacy on all social media platforms and follow Violent J on Instagram as well for all the up-to-date news on JCW. And Vito, where can they check out that fresh merch?
You're going to want to go psychopathicvault.com to find all the exclusive merch for us here, auctions, all of it.
I'm sorry if I'm a little flustered, but tensions are high here on JCW Lunacy in Reno. We are about to see our special forced main event. Stephen Flo has been told by our new investor, Big Vito, that he has to kick his best friend Cocaine's ass or he will face repercussions of his own, whatever that means. I've never called anything like this. Let's take it to Mark Roberts.
The following is the Lunacy main event. Weighing in at 92 kilos. He is the devil's favorite dealer, Cocaine.
Well, it seems like all may not be rosy with the Big Vito Violent J partnership.
Yeah.
I feel like this is the same one on the Indies.
Shut the door in Violent J's face here in JCW.
The commissioner of 25 years, Violent J.
And did you hear what Vito was saying? It sounded like he was on the phone or he was yelling at someone. He said, "Get it done." What's that mean?
I hate to even speculate, but you want to talk about teamwork. You want to talk about allegiances. What will be the status of Cocaine and his best friend?
From Seattle, Washington, he is the Grunt Lord, Stephen Flo.
Whoa.
Wait a second.
Wait.
Speaking of Big Vito.
There's a no tolerance rule here, and you better kick the shit out of him. If you don't, there's gonna be repercussions. You got it. Now go get him.
A last-minute pep talk where Big Vito tells Stephen Flo, you better get this job done. You better do it right, or there's going to be repercussions. Stephen Flo doesn't want this fight. Him and Cocaine, they travel the roads together. They've been a tag team here for months. But if Stephen Flo does not fight his best friend, our new investor will make sure there's severe punishment.
And it seemed like Stephen Flo, Cocaine, Flo Kane, they had agreed that they're going to have to do this match. It's not like they have any choice.
And Vito, it's not just a match. Vito said, Stephen Flo, I want you to beat Cocaine's ass. Those are specific instructions. He wants Cocaine to have a lesson taught to him for, well, his recreational activities.
There, put that back.
You can see the look in the eyes of Stephen Flo as he's emotionally torn, and Cocaine, obviously, Veda, there's a pre-fight ritual every single time for Cocaine, and that's not going to change. You know, Vito must be seething watching this.
Cocaine, he's extending.
Do not do drugs, kids.
Respect of solidarity.
Wow.
And Stephen Flo,
Wow.
I guess if you're going to do something, Veda, you don't want to do, you might as well get amped up, turn your brain off, and just react. Stephen Flo has to go through with this, and he's going to do it amped up thanks to Cocaine as these men go one-on-one. And Veda, what I'm curious about in this matchup, these men know each other better than anybody. They've talked their strengths, their weaknesses, their strategies.
I mean, we're seeing it right here. They're going hold for hold. Each one has an answer for the other. But right now,
Could
Cocaine.
be an early Coke slam. Stephen
Oh.
Flo counters.
And to a standoff here.
That was nice. That little fast sequence. It makes sense for them. It makes sense for the story. It makes sense that, you know, they're hyped up on Cocaine, unfortunately. Remember, guys, it's all in wrestling kayfabe. Do not do drugs. But it is what it is for this. But, yeah, really good opening.
No doubt. When you're Cocaine, when it comes to this partnership, you can't find a better man than Stephen Flo. And these men have stood side by side, but now Stephen Flo, to keep his job, has to fight his best friend, but Cocaine, incredible recuperative powers.
Cocaine's back in.
Yeah, how do you counter this? The agility.
Nice hurricanrana.
Whoa, Stephen
Nice
Flo
splash.
advantage.
It's Stephen Flo with the upper hand at the moment. Springs off with a stage dive.
That's
Nicely
nice.
done.
Oh, here we go.
Ref.
Stephen Flo went for a cover.
Oh, and look at Stephen Flo's getting right in Cocaine's face.
Hey, Stephen Flo has to do it for his job. He's saying, I'm still alive. I'm still employed in JCW. But Cocaine, he can't hold back either. The big uppercut right takes Stephen Flo down. We thought Cocaine was fired a week ago. It's amazing to see him here, but we're torn under these circumstances.
Yeah, I mean, there's a whole lot on the line here. This is a punishment, really, for both of them.
And Veda, how many times have we seen
Wow.
friendships, partnerships, even families torn apart like this?
Nice.
Pitted against one another. The politics of wrestling, the backstabbing of wrestling, the underbelly of wrestling. And Cocaine into the cover. Two and a kick out. With how fiercely these men are as competitors, Veda, is there a way they can leave this as friends?
But I mean, isn't this exactly what Too Tough Tony, what Willie Mack, what they were worried about could happen by bringing in some outside influences to JCW? And now we've got Flo Kane coming to blows here in the center of the ring.
And I'll tell you what, Veda, to be honest, there's been nothing I've seen this week that has calmed any of my concerns or reservations. I don't want to speak for Willie or Tony, but a lot of things we talked about, they would change. They would turn upside down. Is it for better or worse? And so far, certainly, it's controversial. It's news-making. It certainly got us all on our guard. But there are repercussions, whether they're intentional or not, for Big Vito's decisions.
Yeah, no matter what happens here, how do you go back to just teaming again after this?
Well, Stephen Flo knows that Cocaine likes to come off the top rope.
Whoa,
And back and forth.
Shot for shot.
It's not even resembling a wrestling match anymore. Best friends throwing fists, trying to prove they're the better man. Trying to keep their job, trying to avoid more consequences.
Oh!
Okay.
To the throat.
The fuck?
And Stephen Flo
The
doesn't
crowd.
let Cocaine attempt a Coke slam.
The crowd is funny.
Oh no!
There goes that again.
A second attempt at a Coke slam.
Oh.
Oh! He's Stephen Flo. He's got the arm. He's got the throat of Cocaine. He's trying to choke him out. Almost a version of a triangle choke.
Yeah, he's got the leverage. Cocaine is fake.
It's not a version of the triangle choke. It is a triangle choke. I will give it to Stephen Flo here for doing that. I was not expecting something like that to happen, but like, you know, that was mad cool.
The arm is being wrenched. The scissors wrapped around the neck into the carotid artery. If the arm drops 3 times, Stephen Flo's beat Cocaine. This could happen.
Oh, wait a second. No. Cocaine, he is still in it. Joe, is he reaching into his
not
pocket?
again.
Cocaine needs an
Not-
extra boost to kick it back into high gear. And Stephen Flo.
Oh.
Incredible evasiveness by Flo. Gets the foot up. Cocaine staggered. Off comes the flannel.
Oh, he's looking.
Oh, got caught.
We're going to the choke slam.
Oh.
And there's the cover. And Cocaine beats his best friend.
So, does that mean that he keeps his job, right?
It was a hell of a match. I can't take anything away from both these men, but certainly uncomfortable to watch them both put into that situation.
I mean, yeah, they said they were going to tear the house down no matter what. They did exactly that, reluctantly or not. But I got to point out, Joe, it's Cocaine with the victory. And what was the instructions to Stephen Flo? Kick his ass, give him a beating. And, you know, there were moments where Stephen Flo was in control, but I don't think this is exactly what
But Vito,
here.
what is the status of this relationship in the ring?
Is he?
Both men standing off, and is this fight going to continue? Have we seen the end of Flo? Okay, wait a minute.
Whoa.
A handshake. You see how far away they are. Some of these fans are yelling family. Some of these fans want them to remember what brought them to this dance. How their bond is deeper than anything Big Vito can put in their heads. And they're right.
Cocaine will ride again.
It'll take a lot more than an investor with deep pockets and an agenda to break up the brotherhood that's been forged. And Cocaine gives Stephen Flo the ring, because Stephen Flo stood up, risked his ass, and risked it all to come out here and fight. And Cocaine, the ultimate sign of respect, gives Stephen Flo his moment because he deserves it. Stephen Flo on all on the line. Wait!
No. What?
Congo. And Mr.
Why?
Monster Corporation.
I mean, well,
Why?
Big Vito said, beat Cocaine, Stephen Flo, or there will be, what did he say?
Repercussions.
What you don't think?
I don't know. I mean, it's a little convenient to me. Oh, no! That the St. Clair Monster Corporation and Big Vito.
And that's 600 pounds, for God's sake.
They have this understanding, and now the target of Big Vito has fallen to the St. Clair Monster Corporation. I mean, this is.
Wait a minute.
And here comes Cocaine.
Cocaine's
Okay,
back.
Good.
He just realized what's happened. Oh, he got
Uh,
caught. Oh, no. Well, has the business
We got
relationship?
two small people.
A double choke slam. Oh, my God. Incapacitate that man. The relationship with Jasmine and Vito that we speculated on, is that what's led us here? The Monster Corporation taking down what Vito would look at as maybe the two biggest derelicts, the biggest dregs of the JCW locker room.
Oh, no.
And this is no time to be happy, for God's sake. Oh, no.
Oh, and that double happy splash. I mean, this is not. They just crushed.
Stephen
Flo.
His insides could be torn apart.
I mean, we got to get someone out here to.
Mr. Happy is what? 4 times, Stephen Flo 5
Stephen
times.
Flo just had a match himself against Cocaine. I mean, he's like seizing on the mat. Well, you got to get someone out here for him.
This was no doubt a message. Maybe not just from the Monster Corporation, maybe not just from Jasmine St. Clair, but maybe it does come from more than friends in higher places.
Oh, no!
Stop
no,
it!
not again!
Stop it! Well, it's very clear the directive to assault, to maim, to injure Stephen Flo came to Jasmine St. Clair directly from Big Vito. But what is the future of the health, the career of Stephen Flo? What is the future of Cocaine in the crosshairs of Vito? All these combustible elements will be right here on JCW Lunacy next week. But for God's sake, get some help out here for Stephen Flo. This man's hurt.
Okay. Well, um, that ending was just what the fuck? Only because of like, yeah, I know that Big Vito said there were gonna be repercussions if Stephen Flo lost, but maybe to send out, we don't know. We're gonna have to tune in next week. The Monster Squad to beat him up. You know, I don't know. That's very what WWE-ish, AEW-ish in a way. Well, first of all, when the graphic dropped about what this episode was going to be about, that like, you know, friends have to fight each other, I was just like, you know who does that? AEW does that. AEW does the whole friendship shit, friendship stuff that ends up you know, being on their program. WWE does that too, where two former friends are fighting each other and stuff like that. And this is what I mean, that like the main event fell short. Okay, they really did not tear the house down. They did some really cool stuff. You know, Cocaine in the end won because he got, you know, super spiked up and was able to beat Stephen Flo, which wasn't really a bad idea to have Cocaine win. But there was no like really truly beating his friend's ass for the sake of it. But then again, I do think that by having an investor, it's really not going to change anything. If you're loyal to your friend and you know your friend has been there through thick and thin, like why would you want to change now? But then again, if he's playing a rock star, rock stars will, you know, go where the money goes, go where the drugs go, you know, go where anything goes, you know, that can benefit them rather than just being friends with somebody. Like that's what happens in the entertainment world. That's what happens in the rock star world. Like shit happens. You don't really find too many really good friends, so they could play off of that if they wanted to. But you know, this friendship works and the crowd works. But yeah, we have the monster machines over here doing the dirty work of Vito. Vito is funny without probably meaning to be funny in his segments. Violent J, you know, is just there like, bro, do something, man. This is your company, even though you have an investor. But the investor should listen to you first and foremost, though. Overall, like, it was a fun episode. It's still a fun promotion to put on when you are tired of the fighting between WWE and AEW. There's also MLW too that you guys can like go and get a ticket to if you want to. I'm just throwing that out there. But other than that, like it is, you know, it is what it is. I'm still waiting for this Vince Russo and Katrina promo to show up in one of these episodes so that way I can see, you know, a women's match on JCW that has Katrina Creed in there, because again, I don't know anything about her. And again, that promo did not help her at all. It did not. I basically went through and talked about the promo and basically offered suggestions. And then someone got mad at me and tried to defend Vince Russo like so hardcore that I was like, I don't I I respect Vince Russo, okay? Like, nothing is personal whenever I do a tape study series and I'm breaking stuff down. It's just like, hey, did you think about this? Hey, why don't we, capitalize on this? And, all forms of wrestling is entertainment. I just think that for the longest, Vince has basically made his wonderful fan base to believe that anything that's not how can I put this? That everything is just bad nowadays in a way. That like everything is cringy, marks this, marks that, all that kind of stuff. Rather than being like, hey, let's find ways to improve this, rather than like all this kind of stuff. But then again, I do agree that most of the people that go back and forth with you on Twitter are either bots, burners, and not actual people, not actual people. Yeah, so I guess now it's your turn to let me know what you guys thought of episode 56. Like I said, I'm still waiting for like when Vince Russo decides to come on in and whatnot. But also, I do want to say that sometimes if you go onto somebody's video, right, and leave a comment, please make sure to reread it a couple of times and think to yourself, does this need to be said? Because I do think that we're getting to a point with online that there's a lot of misplaced anger out there. And because we are so excuse me. And because we are so rooted within these bubbles of professional wrestling, to the point where people are in really bad loops of just annoyance from bots and people that want to be right and people that just want to just say stuff for the sake of saying stuff and don't really give a shit about it, and they get you upset and they're like you're crashing out and shit like that. There's a lot of misplaced anger. So I would highly suggest that if you see a video and you don't agree with it, either move on or come back a little bit later when your energy has subsided and you're going to watch it again and leave a comment where it can either help the conversation, provide a new perspective, because I do read every comment, which is like, I shouldn't be doing that, but I do read every comment, and I notice after a while that I can't reason with people, and all I care about is having a good conversation about professional wrestling. A good conversation where we can either agree to disagree, or you show me a different perspective, and most of the time I'm like, oh shit, I didn't think about that. Thank you for letting me know about that perspective. Thank you for letting me know this. Thank you for letting me know that. If it makes sense. If it doesn't make sense, I'm probably going to push back so that way we could find a place for it to make sense. Like, you can't just, I don't know. I mean, you could do whatever. I wanted to talk about the promo of, that the question was, did Vince Russo overshadow Katrina Creed in that promo? Because I really do think that he did, but nothing on a personal level. I just think so because it did not do anything. And Vince Russo is such a really high energy and a really high personality, like a really, like, you know his name anywhere. So, being in a promo with somebody else is sort of like, yo, you gotta understand your energy is way above hers and whatnot. So yeah. Like I said in part one, I do not mind if anybody else from anyone else's community comes over and watches my stuff and comments on it. But just know that, like, you don't have to defend Russo so hard. You don't have to defend him. You don't. again, when I do tape study series, nothing personal, just stuff that I think about, stuff that could be improved and whatnot. But yeah, let me wrap that up. Let me wrap this up because I'm hungry and I want to go and eat. What I will say is that thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for tuning in to watching JCW Lunacy with me. The only reason why that I would do these live streams like early is because later on in the day I either have to like cook dinner for my family or I want to go out, maybe run some errands and stuff like that. And I am sharing one laptop, which down in the description below and also in the pinned comments, I will put my throne wish list in order to help me get new equipment because I can't keep sharing one laptop if I want to make Tape Study Series a very viable business to where I can watch wrestling matches with you guys and also help out wrestlers behind the scenes by giving them one-on-one consultations that can be accessed over at Patreon once I set everything up. But yeah, that's the dream. That's the dream, is to have the consultation going to help out wrestlers that need a cheerleader in their corner. And no, it's not going to cost you $99 for, any of that kind of stuff. Most likely it will be very tangible. I still haven't really decided on a figure, but I just want to let you know, the Square Circle Podcast will always be there to talk about professional wrestling. Upcoming on the Square Circle Podcast and Tape Study, you can so upcoming on the Square Circle Podcast and Tape Study series, it's going to be me talking about New Japan Pro Wrestling and the upcoming World Tag League, because again, New Japan Pro Wrestling, what are you doing? And also I will be reacting to Jey Uso versus CM Punk. They do something very, very old school that I don't think a lot of fans realize, so I'm going to bring that to light. But yeah, so make sure you're following Square Circle Podcast on YouTube, Square Circle Podcast on Spotify and all podcasting platforms. And Tape Study is going to be on patreon.com/Marie Shadow. So if you enjoy these JCW Lunacy watch alongs, head over to Patreon to support me there as well. And Denisha, yeah, what's up? It's okay, don't worry about it. All good. Yeah, I did hear that Mike Santana lost his title. And yeah, it's that he's not answering his he's not answering the text messages and or phone calls. And I think what Turning Point is this weekend or something like that? Like, I don't know. I don't remember. But yeah, I mean, it's all story. It's all kayfabe. Mike Santana is good. I just don't know why they decided to change champions. Unless they're gonna do like some big thing. Like, I don't know. I don't know why they did. Yeah, I don't know. But I did hear about it. But I just think it's all kayfabe. Because like suffering a loss like that, yeah, I wouldn't be returning nobody's calls or text messages. I would be doing the same thing too. But it's wrestling after all. So yeah. By the way, for anyone that's watching this on the VOD, just know that you can find all of my tweets at Marie_Shadows. Patreon.com/Marie Shadows for all updates and stuff like that. Square Circle Podcast on Spotify, all podcasting platforms. Tape Study Series will be on Patreon. Discord Notes is the looser sidecast podcast of me talking about stuff that's off topic of professional wrestling. That's also on Patreon. That's an exclusive Patreon podcast that's there. And I will be doing the 2026 wrestling planner as well. I just have to sit down and look at what I want to do and how I want to do it. But yeah, if you guys don't know, I do have planners over at Amazon and over at Barnes and Nobles, and stuff like that. So you can find me like everywhere. Turning Point is tonight. You think it's an injury because nothing comes out Mike's mouth. Uh, I think it's just wrestling. It's gonna be a wrestling move. Um, so wait a minute. Mike Santana lost on a regular TNA show? Is that what is that why everyone is complaining? That he lost on a regular TV show? Or a regular episode of YouTube? Yeah, I'm gonna have to fix the 2-second keyframe interval because this thing is on a 2-second delay, and I hate it. It's on a 2-second delay. I gotta put it to 0. Um, let me just see something. So he did. Oh, wow. Oh, okay. So wait, that is. Why would they? Okay, my wrestler brain right now is. I have a lot of questions. Give me a second here. Uh, okay, so uh, all right. So Frankie Kazarian cashed in his the call your shot thing, similar to like the Money in the Bank thing. And surprisingly won. I believe there was like interference or like something that happened. I think like 4 people was attacking Mike Santana and stuff like that. And then surprisingly, Mike Santana lost. And then today is Turning Point, the pay-per-view. And apparently the graphic was going to be a tag team of Santana and Macklin versus Dolph Ziggler, aka was it Nick Nemeth, and Frankie Kazarian. Oh, because the NXT guys got involved. Oh. Oh, no wonder why like Ava was all like, that wasn't me. This, ladies and gentlemen, is how you write story, even though people are upset on Twitter about this. And fans online have every right to be upset. But I'm here for it because I know that this is wrestling. It's all part of kayfabe. It's all part of the business. And that's how you get people talking. That's how you get people to not pay attention to AEW and Blood and Guts. You do something crazy like this and you apologize to Mike Santana in the back to be like, I'm so sorry, but we got to do it this way. It's gonna be okay. Um, you know, if you feel like they did Santana dirty, that's totally fine. Keep that same energy. This is exactly what professional wrestling is built on. This is exactly what professional wrestling needs. And yeah, just enjoy the ride, enjoy the show. Eventually, like, well, we should be happy that Santana got the belt. Okay, we should be happy that he's champion. Yes, should he be champion longer? Of course. Every champion wants to like hold that belt for however long they can, but shit happens. This is the business. Like things change on a whim. I don't think they did it to him to spite him, unless like he comes out on an interview with somebody credible to basically say what he needs to say. But I just think this is all wrestling. This is all part of the business. It's all part of the story. It's all part of us coming together as wrestling fans to be like, I need to tune in to Turning Point to see what happens. But if I was him, I would be upset too, and I would not return anybody's calls, and I would not basically say I wouldn't return any texts or anything like that. All right. Fantastic. But yeah, like I said, fans online have every right to be upset at what happened. For him to lose on a regular TNA show and then have Turning Point so close to it, like Turning Point should have been like on a Saturday, so that way this like could have like sit a little bit longer of Santana not returning any calls. But it is what it is. I guess I'm gonna tune in. I'm gonna tune into TNA Turning Point tonight. I have no idea how I'm gonna do that, but I'm gonna do that. That's gonna be fantastic. Now I'm excited. All right, so I'm gonna wrap things up because I still haven't eaten lunch yet. So storylines are the best thing ever. Kazarian got a lot of heat as a heel, as should, but what is the point of him heel if he can't heat of Kazarian? I mean, just let Kazarian lean into all the hate right now online. It's gonna be great. Right now, the point of him being a heel is interacting with people online. Santana will come in and get revenge, and then it will be a nice little chase and shit like that. It'll be good. All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, again, thank you for tuning in. I'll figure a way out for this. I'll figure something out. But yes, thank you for tuning in. Make sure to hit that follow button, that like button, share it out over on youtube.com/Square Circle Podcast. I will be taking part 1 and part 2 of this live stream, putting it together for one whole big thing, and basically re-uploading it, and it'll be on Patreon, and I'll have a write-up. But yeah, over like the next week, I will be doing, like I said, a tape study of Jey Uso versus CM Punk at Saturday night's main event, because they were doing stuff that was old school that I don't think fans realize. So I want to bring that to light. I will update you guys over on Patreon about TNA Turning Point, and what do you call it? Yeah, Square Circle Podcast everywhere, tape study everywhere, patreon.com/Marie Shadows, and I'll see you guys all next time. And Denisha, take care. Thank you for joining towards the end. How do I do this? Oh, wait, I should just, yeah. Okay. All right, bye guys. Oh my God, that was so bad.